what do this represent on a metaphysical level?
That's a good question. What you think, Hook? What was the
I'm
first thing that
thinking.
came to mind when you saw this shit?
I was thinking like, man, this shit fire. Like, I'm like,
Okay,
this
because I thought
shit
I was the only one.
cold.
I thought I was the only one. Like, okay, now I know
Nah,
I'm not weird. Like, I thought I was the only one, yo. Like,
I mean, you still might be weird because I might be weird. We might be two weird
yeah, we
niggas, but
might
at
be
the
weird
same
together.
time,
We might be weird together.
but,
I'm
but
good
at the
with that
same
though.
time, yes, I mean, I that's just my personal. Like I couldn't believe it. I feel like it was a progression. Like you know what I'm saying. At
Mm-hmm.
first, the first was J Lo
Mm-hmm.
at the
No,
Grammys.
no, no. The first was Janet.
Nah, Janet is the Super Bowl. I'm just talking about like classic, classic looks for the Grammys. That like I didn't when she wore this, bro. I was like, I
Okay,
never
okay. I get
seen
what you're
nobody
saying. I get what you're
wear
saying.
nothing like this before, bro.
Okay, I get what you're
Like
saying.
ever. Like this was the most craziest thing. This outfit when she came out with this, I was like,
I could dig it. I could dig it.
dang, Lil Kim at the Grammys.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
Lil
saying?
Kim
These
is
is think
Lil
about
Kim is
when I think
special.
about chicks just 1998. She wore or maybe it was MTV or you see this outfit in the middle, this joint right there. Something about that outfit,
Oh
but
yeah,
then
yeah. Where she just had the nip covered.
yeah, that was crazy to be wearing that in public
Mm-hmm.
in
Mm-hmm.
1998. Chicks
Especially for a
wasn't doing
rapper.
it. Nah, man, they was wearing Timberlands and they was dressing like Queen Latifah and MC Light, baggy
Yeah.
jeans, bro. That was
The bubble coat with the tight
yes,
jeans.
the bubble coat. That was it. And then this kind of blew it open for us. This this is one of the biggest rituals of all time. Janet Jackson.
Definitely.
That's one of the biggest rituals of all time. But we got a Super
Mm-hmm.
Bowl coming up this Sunday, so they've been going crazy with the rituals.
Mm-hmm. They've been right on time. And Lupercalia is right around the corner.
When is that?
That's Valentine's Day. No, that's the original name of the Roman ritual. They changed it to Valentine's Day, but it's Lupercalia.
Oh, you talking about how they was being hornballs?
Yeah, yeah. It was initially free sex, but then that thing morphed into something else, and it was a way for um, the dominant society to get people to spend money right after getting their income taxes. Like it turned into something totally different.
Okay, so since we talking about this, is pussy a Valentine's Day gift then?
It was never a Valentine's Day gift.
I
I
I
mean,
know that, but
first of all, but
I'm just
first of
asking for
all,
a friend though.
oh, okay. No, no, because that would mean Valentine's Day was valid. First of all, for you to get a gift on a holiday, that first the holiday got to be valid first, all right, and then
Okay, okay.
that would solidify the validation of the gift, so to speak. But if we're talking about a holiday that was given to you and then you were told it was a holiday, and then you celebrated said holiday, aka all of the holidays that we have, those are not valid holidays because you hard pressed to find somebody that was really fulfilled after getting anything on any of these holidays. Like, you know, that's a rare occasion. nine times out of ten you're gonna see people complaining about what the fuck they got on holidays. So, but I digress.
Let's get into the science of Lupercalia because I ain't never really knew this. The festival was originally known as February, which means purifications or purgings. After Februm, which was used on the day, it was also known as Feberatus and gave its name variously as epithet to Juno, Febralis, Februlis, Februata, in her role as a patron deity of that month to a supposed purification deity called Februs. Into February, Mensis Februarius, the month during which the festival occurred. Ovid connects with February, the Etruscan word for purging. Oh, Black History Month, Black History Month.
Mm-hmm.
Where art thou?
Mm-hmm.
The name Lupercalia was believed in antiquity to evince some connection with ancient Greek festival of the Arcadian Wolf Festival and the worship of the Lycian Pan. Pan was assumed to be the Greek equivalent of Faunus as instituted by Evander. Justin describes the cult image of a wolf god whom the Greeks called Pan and the Romans Lupercus as nude save for a goatskin girdle. Okay, the statue stood in Lupercal, the cave where the tradition held that Romulus and Remus were suckled by a she wolf. So, you
Mm-hmm.
know how they say roaming and romance,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rome antics.
romantics, but the birth of they city where a wolf raised they founders, I just don't believe that. Niggas will talk to you like that's a historical fact. And I'm just like, dog, that's mythology. It's not real, dog. Like, come on, man. No two niggas was ever raised by a wolf.
Yeah, and a she wolf at that.
A she wolf, like they would have gotten ate. Like literally, they didn't the she wolf didn't give her their titty to suck. Like never in a million years.
Yeah, yeah. That's the difference between literal and literary.
Like,
But
man,
Yeah,
it's a
man.
literary device, man, to instill some type of message. But I think when you talk about February and then red magic, actually talking about war,
yeah, yeah,
purging.
yeah. This gives
February
me
mean
the
purge.
feeling. This gives me the feeling more of some Shiva Shakti shit than anything. Like goddess of destruction type shit. Like, um, never get the feeling from this supposed time that this shit is even remotely about relationships or love or anything in the realm of that.
Hey, that's crazy. How did we get here? like
How do we get here, bro?
like you gotta really figure out how we got here to even come to an understanding of the whole entire situation because the rites were confined to the Lupercal Cave and Palatine Hill in the Forum, all of which were central locations in Rome's foundation myth. Near the cave stood a sanctuary. This is just my assumption after reading so far. This Valentine's Day is a sex ritual to keep the Roman Empire in power.
Facts.
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 It have nothing to do with anything besides a counter revolutionary act.
Yeah, it's a nostalgic reach back to their uh uh their time of being on top and being in control and being in power and all of the things that they did, you know, Crusadian type shit. Like it's a reach back to that. It has zero to do with anything that has to do with one-on-one relationships, family, or anything like that. It has nothing to do with that.
So you saying like let's get this right. If she bring another pussy, is that a gift?
I mean, it's at your discretion. You the one that's participating in these acts, right? So like, do you consider it a gift? Do
I'm
you
just
think
trying to
there is an
understand, like,
equivalent?
the
Do you
Valentine's
think there is an
concept.
what's the
equivalent?
dynamics?
Yeah, like, do you think there's an equivalent that you can give her to that? Like, are you gonna then turn
Mm-hmm.
around and bring her another man?
Mm,
Right,
mm.
right.
Okay.
What's your counter to the balance in the off
Yeah,
balance?
yeah, because that makes it completely off balance. If
Is
it's
Uh,
you
two
going to pull out
the
another cop?
JJs in the room, like that's completely off balance.
You need a system. You need a
Yeah, a Monday
system.
and a
mm-hmm.
Tuesday. Definitely need a
One on the
system.
face, one on the waist. That's how I do it.
Yes, 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 yeah.
So you got to implement the system. All right, this is how you got to direct. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But if you like, it's like when you mix highly combustible chemicals without no formal training. What's more likely to happen?
Yeah,
I'm saying
you gonna die.
you you gonna blow up. It sounds good. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But ultimately, though, it's like an empty hole in people. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was growing up, it really wasn't a big deal. Social media, like I went to the hotel because I don't celebrate holidays, and it just so happened to be Valentine's Day when I booked the hotel to like study or whatever. And when I tell you, it was so many people getting hotel rooms for that specific night. So it's like mad sexual energy in that hotel room. They conjuring that energy, they siphoning that energy. It's a think about all of the hotel rooms that just booked out February 14th.
Mm.
And people getting cracked at their house in apartments. Like, so it's a
Think of
day to really capture some energy.
Yeah, think about this. Niggas is breaking up their whole family because of this day.
Damn, for real?
Like yeah, like if you don't come home with something that she deems appropriate,
Mm.
right? If
Mm.
you don't plan and set out like all pull out all the stops, right? 9 times out of 10, she not only gonna judge you for that shit, she ain't gonna never let that shit go. And then that's going to turn into a whole nother way of how she is then going to treat you from there then on out in the relationship. But just think about that. Like you could pay the bills all year long and she could feel some type of way because of this one day. Just think about that.
That's just a fact, bro. That's a Snapple fact. So, and the real thing about it is, even if she say, I don't care about Valentine's Day, you don't have to get me nothing. It's all cap,
All cap.
Knowing that
flaming
shit hit her in
cap.
her chest when you don't walk in the door with something.
Yeah, and she would have played that. She would have played that role in her head 1,000 times about how she was going to tell you she didn't really want something, even though she really wanted a lot, and therefore she just wanted you to read her body language, and she just wanted you to assume that you were supposed to go all out for this day, regardless of her input or not. Like she just wants you to do it, and she wants you to be good at it. She wants you to put a bunch of effort into it. And there is no amount of reasoning that's going to go in the face of her accepting it as being less than anything that she wants. There's no level of reasoning that she's going to accept. She's going to call all of that shit excuses, and it's going to be up for y'all relationship now.
This is a wild celebration, dog.
It's
So
wild, bro.
the ritual is they sacrifice a male goat and a dog, make an offering that's prepared by Vestal virgins, right? This is the wild part. The two Luperci, which is the priests, they take the blood and anoint their foreheads, and then with a sacrificial knife, they cut thongs out the dog and the goat. They cut draws, put on the draws, and run around basically a mound counterclockwise. The funny part about this is that I developed a thought when I went to mounds, but I went clockwise 3 times before I ever went into a mound.
Yo.
So this is actually science, but they is perverting the science, bro. They went anti-clockwise with goat thongs on. So when your girl got on a red thong, it symbolizes a dog thong, bro. That is like a sacrifice dog or a sacrifice wolf is the symbolism for thongs on Valentine's Day.
You can't tell me that's not.
I don't even think people even understand what I'm saying right now.
Nah, they couldn't possibly. They
I,
couldn't possibly.
it's unfathomable what I'm actually saying in reference to what this holiday really means, especially if somebody is wearing lingerie.
Bro, did you just say they cut out thongs? Huh,
They
listen,
cut out thongs of animals and put them on and run around a mound through the city butt naked, laughing hysterically.
I'm so done. I'm so done. Moses around here somewhere? What? Moses around here somewhere? I am so done. I am
Happy Valentine's
so
Day, right?
right. Happy
Many
Valentine's Day.
many of the noble youths and of the magistrates run up and down through the city naked for sport and laughter, striking those that meet with shaggy thongs. Yo. And many women of rank also purposely get in their way. Think about that. A man is running through the city with animal meat thongs on, and instead of running away from them, you run towards them. This is the ritual. I'm trying to paint a picture, man.
You feeling like Lady Gaga in a meat suit?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is wild.
And Lady Gaga is Amy Winehouse.
Yeah, yes she is. Yes she is. I saved that video because I wanted to send it to you. I got that video. I got that video. Same thing with um you said, yeah, it's like 5 or 6 of them, bro. I don't know in my heart, but yeah, that's real interesting. Yeah, I think that's irrefutable. Amy Winehouse and Lady Gaga. So when's the last time you brought a Valentine's Day gift?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Man. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you a real live date too. So it's like
Yeah, because
I
it was that
graduated
long
high
ago.
school.
That
I
shit
graduated
down.
high school in 2003. My first
Yeah.
girlfriend, Quintea. So let me think.
Mhm.
Since 2005, that's 20 years. It's been 20 years since I bought a Valentine's Day gift for my soul.
What about you, AD?
Shit, my nigga. I was actually purchase that motherfucking this motherfucking silly hearts, man. The white rabbit. They got some silly hearts, man. I was gonna take advantage of the promo.
Hey, that's a year-round thing. I'm never not going to
I,
not sell
I ain't gonna
those.
cap, bro. I ain't gonna cap, bro. Got that shit, get one for me, get some for a few bops. I ain't lying to you, I've been putting on these goddesses on the mushrooms, so I told her I was gonna get them something special. You know
Hey,
what I'm
but you
saying?
doing God's work
You
though.
know,
You
I
did.
you know when
You
I
doing
saw the
God's work.
promo, I tagged a few of my bops. I almost got
Mhm.
my ass in trouble, but I did it anyway.
Yeah, that
What's
don't
going
Cause
count.
I
on?
That
gotta
don't
get I
count.
gotta get something bought
What's
too.
going on, AD? Is you pedestalizing Vagine? That's what it
Yeah,
sounds like.
it kind of feel like
It
kind of
sounds like
feel
you
like
putting Vagine on a
it kind of
big, big.
yo, it kind of feel
Nah,
like
man,
that's where
this
we at
this
right
for a
now.
friend though, gang. This for a friend,
You
Yo, you've been doing a
feel
lot of
like
catnip for a friend today. Like, what's going?
come on, man. We got to get back to our center, man. We can't be validated by wet young type regime. We got to stay on
Yo,
our purpose.
gotta stay on our purpose. Gotta stay on our purpose.
Oh my god.
Do you think? All right, this is kind of left, but do you think? I'm gonna ask
Mhm.
both of y'all. Do y'all think that the female orgasm is overrated?
Hey man, this fuck. Cause I feel like they be having like 18 of the motherfuckers and be like, but really just be like, I'm only tell you about the one. I feel like they be nutting their ass off and just don't say shit. You ain't telling me you ain't used no one. Like,
Yo, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that that females be capping? That when they say they not getting off, they be getting off. They just want so much of it that they gonna act like they not getting off. Is that what you telling me?
yes, bro. Cause like I just feel like us, yeah, we can get them nuts, and it's like, all right, some niggas can with the retention they can go whatever. Some they don't, is they done. But it's like for them, they gotta low key be like, yeah, we can keep nutting. We just don't be saying much. Gotta be.
What say you, Hood?
Far as what? As far as the as
Just
far as
overall.
yeah, I
Just
mean,
overall. Do you think the
I don't
concept
think
of
no, I don't think that I personally don't think that you should go into a situation with a woman and try to please her, because that's like trying to fill up the ocean with water with spit.
mm,
Mm.
say that
So like,
again. Say that
so
again.
when you position the conversation in reference to pleasing women, it's like, I mean, you can try, my nigga, but you gonna fail miserably. You know what I'm saying? You not
Hmm.
going and because it's her imagination, it's her choice. You know what I'm saying? Her body, her
Hmm.
choice. So it's like self development hit. Anytime I get the pang of like desire or any type of weakness, I'm just like in the gym or just I know my solution is being a better person. Even if, you know what I'm saying, like I feel like the orgasm is something that every man should strive for when they having sex. But once again, I don't think like you should be OD about trying to please her, because that's going to set you up for failure. In
So
reference
it's
to
not
if
the
she
end
have a
all.
yeah, if she
So it
have a
can't be.
disposition to please you, then you in the game, like you can succeed in the
Hmm.
relationship, because you know what I'm saying, you're not going to be burnt out and you're going to be living your best life because she's like listening to you and seeing you like, oh, well, we selling flame on pills, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me help you with these flame on pills. Let me get these. And then all right, we sold 10 pills this day. I might give you some pussy afterwards as a celebration. You know what I'm saying? Like every
Hmm.
day is a celebration because we've accomplished goals. Like we had
Hmm.
a target of things we needed to do today. We did that shit. Shit, might as well crack. You know what I'm saying? Might as well get
Hmm.
some ass. You know what I'm saying? But I don't understand how niggas be in a relationship with girls and not like establishing a business foundation first.
Hmm.
Like it's like we'll fuck, but then be like, did y'all ever make some money together? It's not even a concept. Not like just in the general black spaces. It's all this emotional. You like tonight's conversation, for example.
Hmm.
Show me a clip where they're talking about financial literacy in reference to relationship stability.
Oh, those are few and far between.
Yeah, so that'd be my shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
So I
Like,
guess essentially what you're saying is that um while its level of importance is not smaller than any other part of a relationship, it can't be the end all be all. Like if the approach is if the goal is just to please her,
mhm.
then you've automatically failed essentially. Like
How at what point have you ever heard a man saying I've satisfied her needs versus a woman saying like I just love this nigga because he exists. You feel me?
mm-hmm,
Like
mm-hmm,
what's the common conversation? Girls like bad boys and thugs.
mm-hmm.
So in a reference of being a bad boy and thug, is that a man that is pleasing to a woman or a man that's pleasing to himself?
Hmm. And
True,
it's
true.
like you ever, I don't know, it's like you just got so much more. Like I remember I was in this one particular situation, right? It was a long time ago, right? I ain't going to say, let me ask a friend bullshit. And it's like I just wasn't getting turned on, and like the girl liked me and shit, and I just wasn't just feeling it at the moment. So and like I was just like, you know what, I'm done. I'm finna go do this. The next thing, like later on, it was like she hit me up. She was just like, damn, like I'm horny now, and it's like shit. I'm not, and she just wanted me more. And just like I just wasn't focused about what she wanted at that moment. I was like, shit, I'm not in the mood. I can't even do shit. Bye. It just
Hmm.
turned her on more. So more of the story, shit. Don't worry about pleasing her.
Do you think anybody's relationship ever got better because of Valentine's Day?
Fuck no. I'm sorry. Like cause I don't hear it. And even from the park of like if I want to get into my YT peoples, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I ain't never heard like a motherfucker been like, yo, like let me show you this motherfucking landscape
Hold
shit we did
hold
for
on, real
Valentine's
quick.
Day.
I don't even think white people celebrate Valentine's Day. Like, have
Thank
you ever
you,
seen?
thank you. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Hold on, have you ever seen white people celebrate Valentine's Day?
Hmm.
Fuck no.
Hmm.
I ain't never.
Unless they eating a whole bunch of candy together.
I
Like I
mean,
see them
I've,
getting money off your silly ass,
yeah,
but
like
I'm like telling you,
I've only seen YTs do it. Like I've only seen young people celebrate that shit. Like I've
like
never
it's some
seen
new
no.
shit, bro. It's some new shit, man.
I never see a real grown person in a relationship like you know plan shit and set shit aside for fucking Valentine's Day. Like I never seen that.
So the purpose of the young women to stand in front of the priests is because it was a fertility ritual. So these are either girls who were already pregnant or girls who wanted to become pregnant. They would wait for these priests to come out of the cave with wolf draws on, dog draws on, run in a circle, and women would stand in front of the priests with the wolf dogs, right? Because they were using it as a fertility ritual. So I say,
Mm.
go into Valentine's Day maybe with a fertility ritual in mind, and we can use fertility rituals for babies, but we want to be fertile in our business, right? We want a fertile business, we want a fertile life. So, what areas do you want to be fertile in, or what areas are you barren in? And do a ritual and to support that fertility growth. That's how I would look at it, because I would look at Lupercalia as a bad energy, because it's an Etruscan. Everything is ours. Ain't no such
Mm-hmm.
thing as Roman and Greek. They just stole from us. The Greeks stole from the Etruscans, and the Romans stole from the Greeks. But it's all Etruscan. Bobby Hemmett taught us that. So,
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, like I feel like this would be a powerful ritual. But once again, you don't gotta be buying your girl hearts and chocolates and all of that type of shit.
Yeah, like where did the concept of the rose come from?
I mean, and then it's like even with when you get into the heart shape shit, you get into Cupid lore. Then you
Yeah,
get into Prince of Pan.
yeah. And Cupid was part demon.
Mm-hmm. That heart is literally an ass. That's what it really is.
But
Yeah, you
see,
talking about
Cupid
eros erotica.
Yeah, Cupid is actually a Roman word, but the Greek word is eros. So you can say Cupid, right? But you can also say eros. But you can say love and sexual desire, because when you look energy with tarot card, we were talking about tarot cards earlier. What tarot card this speaks to is the lover's card. If you look at the lover's card, either Rider Waite or Thoth Tarot, it's always going to be a Cupid on the card, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
when somebody bring you together for real, it's angelic. Like it's a spiritual
Hmm.
thing behind real love. So I'm gonna bring it up, make it a little bigger.
Yeah, when a connection comes out of nowhere, that's considered.
Spiritual.
Shimon.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
So in that upper portion of it, you see that's that eros or Cupid energy and love and sexual desire. But once again, these is energies that you really want to tap into, whether you single or in a
Mm-hmm.
relationship, because I don't know about you, but I want to be in that particular energy where
Yeah.
somebody is
Hmm.
fucking with me on an intimate level. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you can't
Yeah, and
just pay for it.
I like that you broke that down and explained it that way because I think when we're talking about energy, that's one thing, but people when they get certain information, it either pushes them into, oh, that's bad or that's demonic or that's wrong versus um yeah, it's supposed to go like this. So like when we're talking about spiritual things, you can always circumvent the energy and reformat it to what you want it for, no matter what type of energy it is. Some energy from Satan on up to Shiva, you know what I'm saying? Like that energy can be used for something. And I really appreciate you pointing out that they could take this Western, Roman, whatever holiday and turn it into a ritual for themselves and get the energy from it that they need. So like um yeah, I appreciate you pointing that out because a lot of people don't know that they can re-ritualize a holiday that somebody else created. You can absolutely circumvent that energy and use it for yourself.
And yeah, that's the one thing that we tend to just forget about anything with this information. We forget the alchemization of it. Like, because that's something we have to do internally. That's the work that we have to do on our own. Because it's like, yeah, you probably understand all this bullshit going around the world, but at the end of the day, you still, as a man, you still gonna want a family. As a man, you still gonna have to understand your codes and what your family structure should be, and what a man represents in your family and your household. So it's like all those things you still have to build up from your own view. You still deem your success and your greatness in your life, but you should still not should be out here doing dumb shit though.
Facts.
I got some hot shit for you. First thing they say, love is a primordial deity, meaning that at the beginning of time, before anything, there was this thing called love or eros, because they say that eros is a constant companion of Aphrodite. So it makes sense because this particular desire is the entity and energy that creates us to keep coming and coming and coming, no pun intended. So but I was thinking about earlier how where we think that it is something external to our connection to other people, that's not necessarily 100% true. It might be internal, and it might be cellular, and it might be a cellular conscious, to whereas like if my cells tell this person don't fuck with me, it won't fuck with me, right? My cells tell this person to fall in love with me, they'll fall in love with me. Or out of my conscious control when I'm doing a reading, right? And you're like you might be saying something that you don't even know you're saying, and it might resonate with that person, because at a certain time it's not our words that we only use to communicate, it's actually ourselves. So but this makes me think about eros in the realm of love and sexual desire and being in a relationship. If you are the type of person that is trying to, it go back to the initial conversation about the orgasms too. If you trying, you dying.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be
Mm-hmm.
whatever you want. You have to be it. Like I'm telling you, it's been consciousness levels that I've existed in where people was calling me for weed all day. Now them people that used to be like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do without you. Them people don't call me because I don't exist in that consciousness no more.
Mm-hmm.
Whew,
Mm-hmm.
that was deep, bro. I feel like that's gonna go over some heads.
Mm-hmm. Definitely is. Definitely is. Hmm. Hmm. So Kanye is a real boss. I'm just gonna say that. Um.
Yeah, but he better did it. He basically did it better than Boosie. Boosie badass is like put your pussy on live. Kanye said put that pussy on the carpet.
Man, that nigga ain't say nothing. He just motioned, and she just dropped that thing. Like, Lord, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Is this a sign of the times, or is this just some rich shit?
I'll
And
be thinking
nobody.
about it both ways, because I'll be thinking about it like, very tribal, indigenous, ancient way of like clothes as an invention, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I like I said, when I first seen this, I was like, man, that's cold. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's cold. Like that's just my initial reaction. But I don't know, some people that hate looking at themselves when they look in the mirror. So I know that's going to make people feel uncomfortable, and I get it because I've actually been there too. But
Mm-hmm.
when you take care of yourself, you really love yourself, and you love what you like looking at in the mirror. I think it's a natural thing to want other people to see it and experience it. I could be wrong. It might not be right, but I appreciate it. I don't want to have sex with her or nothing like that. I just appreciate a beautiful body. I wish she had a
Mm-hmm.
little bit more hair on that thing, but
Yeah, 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 you silly.
just keeping it
uh,
real.
what you
She
call it?
is a
We
woman,
got.
bro. Why am I look at a
Did,
woman like, ugh, don't do that? Like, nah,
did you did you did you catch did you catch the slip for Tiana Taylor?
bro, that to me wasn't really a slip. That was like she had on. She looked like a Barbie doll. Like her
Mm-hmm.
her. If it was a slip, then that girl ain't she a goddamn robot because she ain't have nothing. It wasn't bald. It wasn't underwear. It was like
Nope.
it's like a
Nope.
machine. Like she looked. Imagine what a Barbie doll crotch looked like because I know you niggas
Hmm.
have looked at it before. Don't
That's
make me
exactly.
weird.
Yeah.
Don't
Don't
make
don't
me
don't
weird
don't
right
don't
now.
make me weird. Don't make me weird.
It's cool,
Yeah.
gang. It's too late, but we here with you. Come on, keep cooking.
When you was young, you was looking for the lips on that thing.
Just looking at it, like
We here though. We here though.
I was just looking at
Cook,
it, bro.
you cook.
Like
You
what
cooking.
you
You cooking.
just looking at it.
I
You know
hate
what
y'all.
I mean? Just
On
looking
the
at it.
guys, you cooking though.
I hate y'all.
Tiana Taylor. Oh man.
Yo.
I'm gonna see if y'all. I'm gonna look for it, see if I can find it
They
because
her and
I need
Iman
y'all to.
Shumpert
I
get back
need y'all to
together.
see. Nah, they
Yeah,
raps. It's
it
over.
looked it just looked at basic, bro. Like she was an android, like he said. Like it just looked basic. Maybe
Yeah, I
because
found
when
it.
Why?
people see it, when people see a slip, they actually want to see something when they see the slip. You know,
I
there,
looked
there
at
it
it.
is.
I paused it. I zoomed in, bro. Y'all just see what I'm saying, bro. Tell me I'm lying, bro. See what I'm saying, bro. What is
Bro,
that?
bro,
What is that really, bro?
she did that on purpose, bro. That's clearly on purpose.
So giving Barbie though with
Giving
tats,
Barbie, giving
tatted
Barbie
Barbie.
with a slice of Nina Simone.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I really don't know.
That's why I asked about if this shit was more like a sign of the times because it seemed like people are more open to Skintamax these days. Like
Damn, I was gonna say that's a heavy sign for God. We pussy letting know the world for the
that's the signs of the next flood. You stupid.
end.
You stupid. That is so bad. That's so bad, bro. That is so bad.
I be seeing it from both ways. I just don't. I mean, I guess it's like we censored, right? Her name is
Hmm.
Bianca Censori. That's another
Hmm.
part. That's another.
That's
Uh,
interesting. That's an interesting point
yeah,
out there.
yeah. We censored, right? But is censor necessary? Is censor? What is the point of
Mm.
censoring?
Mm.
Or should we just see everything? That's why I be looking at like the kids, like the kids is already cooked because the kids been having phones since they was 8. So what we get to see what it looks like in real time.
Yeah, in real time. And honestly, when you take things out of the political arena, when you take things out of the fake wokeness and politically correct areas, like when you take it out of that, everything is just bare, right? So it's like it's a depiction of each individual person, what they choose to and choose not to do. The issue is if the collective doesn't agree to a particular thing, then that particular thing is going to be made taboo. It's going to be made bad. Even though if the collective is fucking idiots, right? Like even if they're stupid, like if you don't go along with the get along, then there's something wrong with you. And I think that's the problem. Like you said, clothing is an invention. Nobody is born with clothes on.
Right. Like it's pure. It's pure. It's a purely made up thing. You know what I'm saying? So
They have whole
like
new
we was,
colonies, don't they?
they got. I mean, it's tribal. It's tribes that still don't be operating like we operate. But when you look at the word censor, it's another Roman concept where the person who oversaw public manners and morals, but is not related to the truth of human existence. So it's like this truth that exists within humanity that is censored. And so what the public
Ooh,
does
ooh.
is we side with the government, we side with the institution when we are the ones that's acting in debauchery in real life in the first place. But then we'll be like, oh, why is Kanye West girl butt naked? That's crazy. Man, it's a naked woman.
Mm-hmm.
Take the power away from that. Take that, because this is all in reference to everything that we experiencing in this country,
Mm-hmm.
where there is a leadership, and we gotta actually examine that leadership. Like, why you and why me,
Mm-hmm.
and why do I gotta agree with what you're saying? Because if we don't do it, we'll just do whatever they tell us to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I
And
think
it's and it's
it's a
I think
perfect
it's
symbol.
I think it's dope that you brought up censor, right?
Hmm.
Because what's the new thing that's coming up now? Relatively, it's not a new thing. Relatively, it's more or less not one of those things that's readily talked about in many circles. But the clothing that we wear is actually not good for our bodies on a biological level. So
Yeah.
the clothing that we actually wear is actually censoring the being, is it not?
Let's look up, what do clothes mean? What do clothes mean at an etymology standpoint? Like, what is that even? What are they trying to say?
Woven, pliable, intertexture.
So I guess you have clothes, and then you have fashion, which would be something, I guess, different than just throwing on a t-shirt. So fashion is to physical makeup or composition, form, shape, and of appearance, construction, pattern, design, beauty, a making or doing, a preparing, or a group of people acting together. So it's
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
organizing people, which is kind of simple too. Because like, if I have a ski mask on, what you gonna think?
You
I'll
about
pull
to
up to you
rob
in the
me?
Shit,
meantime
you
at
hood
the gas.
shiesty right now. Shit.
Yeah, I got on
Yeah,
that
you about
shiesty, right?
you might
I got on
rob
the
me. Like,
shiesty with Nike Tech, and I'm looking sketchy. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking like I'm on some coke or something. You know what I'm saying? You
Oh God, if I see a
automatically.
nigga with a bubble coat on the shiesty, I'm not finna bother that nigga. I'm just do the nod at him. Like, what's up, bro?
yeah,
Shit.
if I ain't got that thing on me, I'm crossing the street. I mean, even if I got that thing on me, I might cross the street. Like, I mean, I don't want the drama, but I ain't running from it.
Man.
But I don't want the smoke. You know what I'm saying? But I totally get what you're saying, Hood. I totally get
Yeah,
what
and
you're
it's
saying.
like even with the clothes and shit, like a lot of times a lot of people be wanting like have a certain outlook, a certain mindset, and it's like it's how they dress.
Listen, man,
100%,
the
100%. All
female
this,
the
that's
female
good.
composition is so delicate that determining certain clothes and materials that they wear on their body, that should have fuck with their menstrual cycle. Like, um, yeah, it you'd be hard pressed to find a relative reason as to why clothing is as necessary as we have made it as a society.
Hmm.
But I think a lot of people put clothing and a civilized civilization in the same breath together. Like, you should be proper and buttoned up and, shirt tucked in, and, like, all of that stuff goes in the same bag together. However, when you were in tribes and you just had a leaf to cover your privates, like hmm clothing wasn't as essentially necessary back then. Now was it? I
Mm-mm.
mean, not for hunter gatherers, right? Like when civilization was being built, clothing wasn't as necessary as we make it to be now.
Hmm. And then when we even think about clothing, when we think about it in deep way, in the garden, until they ate the flesh of the gods, that's when they realized that they was naked. So it's like to even understand nakedness in the way, the pureness of being naked and understanding that form of self, that aspect has been taken away from us.
Absolutely. And when I think about it, the first thing that comes to mind is tantra, and I'm just like, this would go a long way in helping people in their relationships because how many people just do it with the lights off, right? Do it with the lights off and just roll up under the covers, right? Like y'all never even see each other. Like y'all just stick it in, go up and down, in and out, and y'all done type shit. Right? How do you have that true connection with your partner or whomever you decide to lay down with, and you guys are not 1,000% comfortable with each other's naked bodies? Like, how does that work? What, t-shirt and panties? Like, how does that work?
I mean, that's this it is like a lot of the points that I was talking about earlier with Bianca Sensory and Kanye West. Like, if you don't like your body, you hate this. You hate life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
You
you
hate when
do.
somebody sees
Yeah.
you naked. You want to have sex, but you don't even want to present yourself. Like, there's a lot of people that's like unattractive, out of shape, want to be in a relationship, but like in the house because they know ain't nobody checking for their ass for real in a real way because it's emotional, it's mental, it's physical. You not really engaging in your body at all. You eating whatever you want to eat. You feeling whatever you want to feel, and it's like, all right, you're not gonna be on the spectrum of sexually desirable, and that's why I say even in your relationships. See, a lot of people get into relationships and then just be like, "Oh yeah, he just gonna like me," and then when things don't happen your way, you get angry, and you get mad. When all you had to really do is stay sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Both
Yeah.
niggas and women, you know what I'm saying? Like this is not gender specific. Niggas
At
get
all.
fat, girls get fat, and they ruin the fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
They call it
I would
letting
say
yourself go, right?
Yeah.
facts.
Nah, for real, man. And the thing is, it's like I promise you, it's been so many workout reels that people make jokes. They like, yeah, you probably going there to make yourself feel good. Da da da. Nah, I'm trying to look good, booty bone naked. I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to look at someone. I'm cracking that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some of y'all need that drive. Some of y'all need that because there's some men y'all are at your prime still to like in y'all 40s, man. You just gotta take care of yourself. And
And
I
I
reason
think
why I'm saying that is because I see niggas that I work out with that train and they way older than me and they be going hard as fuck.
and I think also something needs to be said for when you say how unattractive a person looks. What makes them even more so unattractive is the attitude.
Mm.
Like the I don't feel like it attitude. The something wrong with you because you look good attitude. Like because you made this conscious decision to just do whatever with yourself. That's the
Mm.
most unattractive part. Like it's not even the look part, because the look part can be manipulated. You can close your fucking eyes. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't have that disposition that says, I'm at least going to try. I'm at least going to be, as attractive as I can possibly be. Then yeah, it's the attitude for me, right? Because they have these entitlement stances where you're supposed to like them because you're black, or you're supposed to like them because you're a guy, or you're supposed to like them because they're a woman. Like, which those things are so weird to me because you don't even like you, but you want me to like you.
Well, that's different. I want you to like me when I like myself at times too. But shit, like I like myself right now. Like fuck, you know.
But Hood, I wanted to ask you, what you think about Luca? Kind of left field, but what you think about Luca, Hood?
Oh, I have to step up real quick. We got these construction people at the house real quick, but yeah, we could get into that Luca shit. I want to say before we get into that though, really quick. I feel like the February Valentine's ritual is more of now that I think about it, I'm processing it. Where the earliest clothing for human beings was made from animal skins. So the Luperci, right, or the wolf priest probably was tapping into ancient DNA and really tapping into something ancient. And I should say that's the call to what we actually should be doing when we right trying to do spiritual stuff. We're just trying to understand the past, like what were people on that got us to here. So I'm looking at because at first, I didn't even understand Lupercalia at all. I was just like, whatever. I didn't never really think about it, but just in the space of this conversation, it just opened some things up. So I would just say, do your goddamn Valentine's Day rituals and get them goddamn silly hearts. But I digress.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I digress. But
Yeah, we ain't
let
gonna
me
never tell y'all to stop capping for y'all. What for y'all ladies? Go ahead.
go crazy.
Yeah, just make sure you take you some tongue out leaf before you handle that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get you some good tongue God Ali and some ashwagandha in your system. You be all right.
Yeah, if y'all follow me on Instagram at ad_senpai33, I'll put it in the comments for y'all. Y'all could go ahead and learn methods and ways on how I like to use my herbs, especially when in encapsulated forms. So y'all can always be on the run and the go.
Elaborate, man.
So like
Got what the
so think about
impacts.
it, bro. Like I really be using I be taking shots, right? Y'all ever had an herbal shot? Cause I was
Mm-hmm.
low key feeling like so tongue got Lee, right? I was low key going through the weather, and it really helps keep your stomach together when you having some toiletry issues, right? It's really good for diuretic. So I really use that as a herbal shot, and I shook it up. You can have it. You can take it cold, warm, however. And if you got it in your capsules, it's already dosage up for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing that to help me get over my stomach cramps really bad, and I was fasting for days too, and it helped me burn a lot of weight. A lot of people are feel like they have to eat a lot to burn a lot of weight, but you really don't. Sometimes you have to give your gut a rest, and Toga Ali can help you with the hunger pains. Because I
Mm-hmm.
deal with hunger pains as an athlete all the time. So when I know I don't need to eat, if I'm not eating fruit and I want to fast, I make sure I'm taking some Toga Ali, or I'm using it as a tea form, or I'm taking it as an herbal shot. So make sure you follow me on Instagram so you can like see the way to see how I like to do it, and you can be all in my story. I love
Mm-hmm.
people love to watch me in my story.
Mm-hmm.
All the baddies.
Doing it while we living it. Yeah, I've been fucking with the sour sop bitters and that black seed oil. I'm glad I got that shit back in the system, bro. That the gut health is so important, especially at this time of year. Because it's cold and people inside doing nothing but fucking eating.
Yeah, and for the people who have gut lining issues, you can take all types of things. Like you can start taking zinc. You can even start taking chamomile and lavender at night. Drinking mugwort before you go to bed.
That wormwood, man.
It
Get
was
that good wormwood in your system.
yeah. Wormwood, yeah, Hood was on my ass at one. Pause. My fault.
Big
Pause.
pause.
Yeah. Yeah, never
But yeah,
mind.
that wormwood is dope. But go ahead, finish what you saying.
Nah, but I was just having some stomach issues, man. The wormwood, bro, had told me lock in with some wormwood. Use that for your cleanse for the day. All through the Columbia Exchange, man.
Yeah, that's all I'm just saying, man. Elaborate on that shit. Get used to. I always get into the story of like real selling. Like I met this man who was selling nothing, man. He was selling an idea, and he talked for 8 hours on a picture. This man made millions of dollars because he could talk for 8 hours a time about a picture. Now imagine if you took a picture of a fire and the still image was a dragon and you made $1 million off of this because you knew how to talk for hours and you did nothing else to make millions of dollars but talk for 8 hours on a dragon picture that's not even a dragon. It's a flame that could be interpreted to anything. It didn't even look like a dragon. I was the 501c3 manager on the team, so I know this to be an absolute fact. So I'm saying all of this to say, man, talk your shit as much as you possibly can. Because especially this nigga was selling a dragon that wasn't even a really dragon. It was a flame at a Chinese food restaurant on a walk, nigga. Because it was the year of the dragon. He said, "This is the dragon that the Chinese people love so much." And he would have billionaires agree intellectual property. So, um, Luka Doncic, I personally feel like if you don't know, he got traded from the Mavericks to the Lakers. That's what everybody been talking about. It's the most surprising trade. But man, I think there's a lot of things that people are not talking about in reference to basketball, gambling, Trump, and Israel.
Break that down, big dog.
Mm.
So we gotta go step by step, bro. So just interrupt me whenever. Gambling in the
Nah,
NBA.
we're not breaking your wisdom on this. We need this stream of thought.
So you got gambling in the NBA. This is like, let's talk about FanDuel. Let's talk about DraftKings. Let's talk about every basketball, football podcast is sponsored by a gambling site.
Mm-hmm.
Gambling in the USA, gambling has destroyed the lower class. It's young teenage boys that work at Wendy's getting $200 a week, and it's all going to these draft sites because in order to win, you got to hit on a parlay where basically everything that is like Murphy's Law in reverse. Where Murphy's Law is simply this. This is a law of the universe to anybody that want to gamble and they be like, damn, I wonder why I don't win. If something can go wrong, it will.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In reference to gambling, there is a lot that they go wrong. In reference to sports, listen, they know what the bets are, guys. Can we all come into a huddle? I need all Americans to just circle around me. All right, everybody, circle. It's all data that you putting into the apps. So they're going to leverage the data because guess what? They don't want to pay you. They don't want you to become rich. They want you to buy into the fact that they think that you can become rich. And then you're gonna be broke. Cause if Steph Curry need to score 30 points for you to hit your parlay, guess how many points he's gonna score, Ra?
28.
28, nigga. 28. 29 and
20,
a half.
29 and a quarter.
29 and a half. The shit gonna get stuck on the rim.
You know how the ball gets
Nigga.
stuck between the rim and the backboard? Yeah.
All right, so you got, and this is a stream, bro. You got gambling in the NBA, but then you got Mavericks owner. As I said, it's gambling, it's the NBA, and it's also Israel. So, do you remember, before we get into Mavericks owner, do you remember when Kyrie Irving was a net? Do you know the reason why he got traded?
No.
Y'all remember the Jewish scandal when he posted
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. When the nigga made that movie and everything.
so Kyrie, now this is y'all gotta really use your thinking caps on this one. Kyrie Irving suspended for anti-Semitic social media posts. He gets traded to the Mavericks. So from Nets to Mavericks, they trade Kyrie Irving. Markeith Morris and Irving in a blockbuster trade. They moved him for Dorian Finney-Smith and Spencer Dinwiddie. So it's funny. Markeith Morris, he played for the Lakers now.
Mm-hmm.
Dorian Finney-Smith, he played for the Lakers now. And
Mm-hmm.
Spencer Dinwiddie, he played for the Mavericks. But he played on
And
the Mavericks. But he
there's
used to
a
play for the
classic,
Lakers
and
last
there's
year.
a and not to cut your wisdom, but
No, you good.
there's a classic video between Luca and Markeith Morris, and they both went at it on the court. Because Markeith is the twin of Marcus Morris, the Morris brothers.
Mhm.
But he bout that life. So him and Luca got into it before. I think when Luca was a rookie though.
Nah, see,
Now that
but that's the thing about Markeith Morris. Markeith Morris is a 14th and 15th man. Luca, right? Before we get into the owner, Luca want Boban, right? Luca want Boban Mir. He want this nigga on the team, right? This is who he want. He want him to be the 14th and 15th man because he should, bro. LeBron got Bronny. Giannis got his brother, right? The superstar always get his best friend to be the 14th man. You're not going to get on the court. You just on the team. But instead of Boban, they kicked him off the team and they put Markeith Morris. That's why in the trade, just to spite him, they traded Luca and Markeith to the Lakers. It's diabolical, nigga. You gotta understand. Luca from Slovenia, Boban from Slovenia, these is best friends. When they didn't put Boban on the team, they already let them know, like, bro, we not fucking with you. You gotta read the tea leaves with this shit because people be like, this came out of nowhere. Nope, it didn't come out of nowhere.
nope.
Damn.
Who was Luca's other best running mate? Dorian Finney-Smith.
I was
Nigga
just gonna say
love,
that. I was like,
he
didn't this
love
nigga have
Dorian.
another story?
No. You got it. The other one was Jalen Brunson too,
And Jalen
Yeah, I was
Brunson.
like, "Ugh."
because they just showed the picture of him, Jalen Brunson, and Kristaps. Because Kristaps is with the Celtics now.
Listen, they get rid of Kristaps too.
Yeah, they got rid of the
Kristaps
uniform.
balling for the Celtics.
Yep.
Balling for the Celtics. So I want y'all to really understand that.
This nigga Luka
And
got
then
real rock.
from the grapevine, it's two things. From the grapevine on Twitter, guess what? Nico Harrison, the GM for the Mavs, his wife be calling him Nico Doncic, and that's why he hates it. But
Wow.
she loved Nico. Listen, bro.
Wow.
In an anonymous math staff
Yeah,
says
I
Nico
would
Harrison's wife was obsessed with Luka Doncic, even calling him Nico Doncic at times, making things uncomfortable in the front
Yeah,
office.
I would trade you too. I would trade you too. Like, yeah, it's like that, and that makes sense. 'Cause what was like, yo, they ain't called nobody else. Like, that's all they got for Luca. Like, they ain't called nobody else. Like, everybody
Nah.
was like,
So nah, I'm gonna tell you though. I'm gonna tell you straight up and down. This trade was taken for. This was done by the NBA and the Gambling Commission of Las Vegas. So boom, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks. We all know Mark Cuban, but first off, Mark Cuban sold the Dallas Mavericks.
yeah, he's not
So
the owner no more.
he's not the majority owner. Mark Cuban sold his majority stake in the Dallas Mavericks in late 2023 to the Adelson family. So remember Kyrie Irving? Why would the Adelson family, like, once again, Adelson family, they are the type of people that Kyrie Irving was talking about when they said they fired him for them anti-Semitic um, type of remarks. These was the type of people that Kyrie Irving was talking about. So isn't that ironic that he's now on a team that's owned by like Hebrew University of Jerusalem type of shit, nigga? What are you talking about? Nationality American Israeli, like these are some real live, when they say like the Jews run the world type of shit, this is like these are the type of people that they talking about. Because once again, they thinking
Hmm.
for them to buy the Dallas Mavericks was like nothing to them.
No, that was a drop in the pan.
They don't care, man. These people, and I don't think, like, I had this conversation when I was talking about Sun conjunct Pluto, where I was saying how like Elon Musk got like 200 billion, and you might just be like 200 billion, but you know that a billion is 999 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's 1 billion. So 2 billion, like you got to keep doing that
Mm-hmm.
ridiculous amounts of money. So
Yeah,
once again,
it's crazier when you talk about the Amazon dude and talk about trillions of dollars.
the Amazon dude and Zuckerberg, and you put all of that, you got $1 trillion. Well, $1 trillion is 999 billion. What? So
That is
when we talking about money, phew, like, so they gave hundreds of millions of dollars to Jewish and Israel causes. Miriam Adelson is one of the largest supporters of Donald Trump.
mm-hmm. Yeah, those dots connect real well.
So once again, what are they trying to do? They're trying to make this whole thing be one white world. I'm telling you, man. You
Mm-hmm.
think it's you think I'm lying, you think I'm on some crazy shit, but Elon Musk tweets last night. Elon Musk tweeted the craziest thing ever last night, and I don't think people was talking about it. Cause we gotta talk about it all.
Listen, let's talk about it, but why don't you just show everybody his salute? Show everybody his salute at the inauguration.
Just like some Squid Game shit, yo.
Yeah, because they think we playing. Like they think this is a
It's
joke.
like
Like,
it just show you like it be these niggas with money, it be niggas with bread, and even on early when you was talking about the DraftKings shit, bro, it was a time where they was interviewing LeBron and it was like, so what did you think about the the person in the stand asking you to get one more rebound for the parlay. He was like, oh yeah, I helped him out. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
because
that.
he worked for DraftKings. What are y'all talking about? He is the lead PR rep for DraftKings.
tell me that's not a conflict of
Come
interest. Like,
like
how is
no,
that not
bro.
a conflict of interest?
Bro, it's not, it's nothing that you can tell me about basketball that's real.
None of them. We could
Nothing.
do it all for football and baseball, and we could do it for all of
Exactly.
them, bro. We could do it for
We
all
could
of them.
do it for all of them, bro.
They
All of
don't
the
even
They
list
sports
should
can
say
corrupt.
they don't even list them under sports. They list them under entertainment.
Gotta be. This nigga tweet every second on the second, bro. I'm trying to find it, man. It was some apartheid shit, and he was like, I'm gonna find it because he tweeted it today. It was I should have retweeted it. It was probably one of the most craziest stances that I've ever seen a politician make. But once again, this dude did throw up the Nazi
Yeah,
Nazi
yeah,
salute.
he damn sure did. Did you hear all of the capping responses about what that looked like, what that was?
Yeah, it wasn't nothing but but he from South Africa.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
do your history, man, on South Africa and apartheid, man,
yeah. He grew up in that shit, in the heart of it.
like he represents Europeans in South Africa is so entitled to that land. They act like they was cultivated in South Africa, bro. They is delusional. And I look at the South African European the same way as I look at the American European because y'all act like y'all was born and bred in this soil. And y'all wasn't. Y'all from wherever where are y'all from?
The Caucasus
That be the
Mountains.
question yeah, no, that's not, nah. That's what they say. But for real, where are y'all from?
Yeah, please tell us what colony y'all came from.
Like, give us the whole Caucasus Mountain history. How
Yeah,
y'all like?
this ain't it.
yeah.
This ain't
He said Yakub.
it. Yeah, this ain't it. Like,
Where y'all from? I don't know. I can't find that shit. He
what
must
did
have
it?
deleted it. That shit was crazy, man.
I love America. I love every bit of Goistic propaganda. I believed it hook, line, and sinker. Now let's make it all real. Yeah, he's just different. Do you see the picture with him wearing the Satan uniform from Ghostbusters with the upside down cross on it? This dude is different. Like his parents named him after a Mars colony. So like this is a different kind of dude, bro.
I mean, it's like you gotta really just understand that, like, it was black people that was living in South Africa, right? And then it was other tribes, other black tribes. So there is a certain level of us doing it to one another and the Europeans just taking advantage because it is the South Africans and the Bantu tribes that were at war at the same time as we trying to war with the Europeans. But this is the same thing that goes into the I don't even know the Boule versus the Moor.
Mm-hmm.
This is how they roll, y'all. They get the Anton Danielses and they get a certain select few of black men and black women that suck their motherfucking cock online and make you think gaslight the fuck out of you, right? And then y'all be like, yeah, they not even really racist. Wasn't nigga saying that about Trump this year? He show me
Mm-hmm.
how he's racist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they threw everything else away, and these people got revisionist history type shit. Like, what about right now? What is he doing right now? Like, yeah, it, it's weird.
I mean, it's like you gotta really like understand the psychology of somebody that loves apartheid and now is in the government, in the actual government as a head of a department, and you not second guess that.
Yeah, just the whole fact that the only thing that got him there was money, right? Like we saw this with the whole Chris Brown joint, right? How old boy went over and made himself a doctor like overnight, like just because he had money. So like when we don't question these things in our society, that's what makes the society so crazy. Like it that's why it's like chaos on the outskirts and fake normalcy on the inside. Like it nobody is asking the questions that need to be asked, and people are just accepting shit at face value.
I mean, it's not like it's not like a stretch of the imagination to not see, right, how like these dudes that's in the politics now look exactly like these dudes, right? Like the images that they put forth, right? Don't they put
Hmm.
forth these images, and ain't these niggas still trying to act like they are the leaders?
Hmm.
And in reference to their disposition, they weren't cognizant of the collective.
At all. They didn't care.
In
They didn't care.
the collective, and when you talk about censoring, which some that we talked about earlier, the collective allows them to censor the collective.
Hmm.
You get me?
Yep.
Like, yo, you shouldn't be saying that, hood. Yo, Rod, you shouldn't be doing that. But it's like, all right, who are we really, and what is our real purpose and guidership in this world outside of this matrix system? Because I'm telling you, Trump and Musk, they represent everything that's ever been in this country. They do not represent anything new. It might
Hmm.
get even more, redneckian. That's the only word I
Hmm.
can think of. It might
Hmm.
only get a little bit more racist, right?
Dystopian.
And dystopian,
Dystopian.
opposite of utopian. Like it might get a little bit darker. And what are we seeing in real life, bro? These planes falling all over from the sky.
All over. All over.
And they say planes, bro, but man, that shit was a missile in Philadelphia, man. That's right in your neck of the woods.
Yes,
Was
it
niggas
was.
saying that was a goddamn plane or a missile, bro?
Nah,
My eyes
nah,
said missile.
nah. That shit came in like a Scud missile, bro. That shit had to be a missile. Like that mushroom cloud, bro. You don't get that mushroom cloud like that from a plane. These
And the
are
weird
these are
part about all
designed
of this shit,
attacks.
bro, the weird shit about all of this shit, what are we not talking about that we should be talking about?
Oh, what about the plane and the Black Hawk helicopter? What about that?
What about Tesla outside of the Trump Tower?
Yes, yes.
We
Mhm.
didn't even talk about it. Dude was in there. Remember Sean? What was the boy on the podcast? We was, yo, this is crazy. This is unprecedented times. We're not even talking about it no more.
Nope, we not. We not.
All right, my question is: at what point is shit gonna happen where we all have a conversation that shit is crazy and we need to make changes? What is the thing that's gonna have to happen?
It's gonna have to happen in people's backyards, like either to them or to something or to someone close to them. Because we're past the point of uh community cooperation, right? Like we've had enough time to garner the support within the community and for people to connect and for people to build. However, people are still individuals, and people are choosing to continue to be individuals. And it's almost like Stockholm syndrome, where um, I'm 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 at the point where I feel like society wants their slavery. They want their slavery, and they'll fight for it too. At this point, some people will fight for it. A lot of these people will fight for the fact that they need to be controlled, or they want to be controlled, or they would rather be controlled. Because a lot of people don't want the responsibility of making the decisions for themselves by themselves, because they never really had to.
Yeah, it just reminds me of in the Bible in Kings of how they was just yelling, arguing about how they needed a king and shit.
What is kings?
What is kings?
My fault, I had to get that noise out the way. But in the when they were when Samuel was talk when they was trying to talk with Samuel, and he
Hold
was
up.
trying to have everybody understand that the people needs to govern each other. We all have to work as a community. It's the fact that we have a hard time of accepting that we want convenience. We want everything to be given to us. But the thing is, we can have that convenience as a community, right? If we have a group of motherfuckers working this, group of these people doing that, of us having all these forms of trade, we'll have that conveniency, but it's through the works, right? You remember Hood, you remember you sending that shit with Elon was talking about free rent and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine like
Mm-hmm.
we can all be on that type of time without this nigga if we all just literally work together,
I mean,
right?
I would go so far as to say it's already laws in the book, things that you could do just in general. I just think we just outside of the knowledge base. So
Right.
working together and learning law and finance, like that's what I've been just actually doing. And it's like when you get behind it, it make a lot of sense on what money is and what money isn't in reference to accounting and these types of things. But long story short is that shit, we got to learn these things as a collective. But at a certain point, we in a society where we just individuals and we only care about ourselves, and that is the spell of the Roman government. You know what I'm saying, that's the spell of these rituals to keep you outside of. Like I just asked Google, at their core, are humans individuals or communal beings? It says that at their core, humans are considered to be beings, meaning that they are inherently social creatures who thrive through connection and cooperation with others.
Yeah, nah, for
So
real. And it's
that's something
like
that we got to work through.
you and thing is you'll think that like don't nobody give a fuck. But earlier, Big Bro was talking about when he was at a certain state of consciousness, other consciousness was getting in attack with him, right? So if you was to focus your consciousness and raise it, you know how many other people you can get in contact that's same level as you of gardening, or you'll find people who will want to learn how to do it. And then you'll find people be like, well, yeah, I have a land, I got a little section. You can come grow your little shit here, and and maybe I'll eat off your strawberries, and you eat off my blueberries. We got a little fair trade till we work something out, you know, because it's like you'll run into somebody that you like, yeah, I'm trying to do this YouTube shit, it's never no niggas out here trying to do it. It's never no niggas out here trying to do it. Well, till you change your mind, and you realize there's people out here. But when you a sower in this garden, you have to be willing to only find 3-4 out of seeds out of the 20 you plant. You have to be willing to deal with some of these rocks, some of these people you're gonna bump into that's not giving a fuck, in order to find more people who do give a fuck. Cause there's a whole humanity out here. It's so many communities. It's a motherfucking swinging community. It's a motherfucking eggplant community. It's a motherfucking knitting community. There's so many communities out here that's making money, doing shit together. So you tell me we just gonna forget about the alkaline vegan. Like, come on, man. Like, I feel like people are not trying because they're stuck in certain consciousness. So it's like that's why we here, because it's like we gonna sit in front of this fire and we gonna talk about this shit and burn the solution. We purging this shit out.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are still just stuck in 3D consciousness, and um I think I think because the goal has never been about overall cooperation. It's never really been about everybody succeeding. Like society is a society that is damaged because society props up the individual.
Mm-hmm.
Society doesn't care about group economics. Society doesn't care about groups of people making it. Society honors the individual, and it's in complete contradiction to natural universal law. Like natural universal law, everything is about cooperation. You don't have cooperation, you don't have anything. And so we have a bunch of individuals that are making it and doing good, however, they by themselves. And then you have a bunch of people that just want to be like those people that are by themselves. Very rarely do you hear people prop each other up and stay together. What happens? People build stuff, they get big, and then they split up.
Tonight's conversation.
Hmm. It'll never stop, because there's something about the individual ego that people feel is more important than the collective growth and good and evolution of anything. People systematically care about the individual more than anything.
And people, if you really care about the individual's experience, get your own channel. That's the thing. It's like you can still do shit with people and still do your own thing. Like the flame, like yeah, we all different connections. So it's like long we know the flame that burnt that lamp is ever going. All we gotta do is step in front of it and we light up. Like we like the Bat family. You throw that signal in the air, nigga, we gonna pop up. But when we alone, niggas handling business. Like I just like you by yourself, you do different things, right? Only you know what you're gonna do in the dark. But when
Facts.
you around other people, you need to know have your wits together. Like shit, me and bro been playing this. When we come back together, I'm gonna have this shit ready. So when we having our laughs, we also got our money ready. I remember I used to be by myself. Like man, I can't wait to have a team and like feel like a motherfucking agent where they got niggas they reporting to, they making moves, they got niggas all over the place, and it's like you got to make that happen for yourself by establishing connections. Like we just mentioned Trump and Elon. These niggas plugged in because they know people like motherfucker.
There's a lot of smart people supporting Trump and Elon Musk. Tesla, Elon Musk ain't building them cars. The scientists and the engineers are.
Hmm.
Trump's government policies are basically Harvard and MIT people who got kicked out of the government
Hmm.
because they was thinking of different ideas. And Trump got all of the smart bandits to help him be president.
Yeah.
Like he got people that supporting him. So when you mad at Trump, you need to be mad at MIT grad level geniuses that might be a little bit racist.
Yeah. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And I mean, Elon Musk. You're right. Elon Musk. That's Werner Brand Braun's people who built his stuff. The dude that used to work for the funny mustache dude over there, right?
Mhm.
All of those scientists that they, all of those
Operation
science,
Paperclip.
yeah,
Operation Paperclip.
all of those scientists that they brought out of there, eventually ended up in America, and one of them just happens to be a person working for Elon Musk. Like that's part of Tesla's company is run by an ex NACI guy. So like these things are right in front of people's faces. Like you can't deny them. And at this point, I don't think it's a matter of people actually caring about this from a moralistic view. This is just about selective outrage. You know, people be pick and choose what they choose to be upset about because it's clearly obvious. Like this dude probably ain't even never even been to space. Like they haven't cracked the firmament, but they still got y'all thinking that they on Mars and they on Neptune and they going, doing all of this stuff and making buku money off of it, but they ain't never went nowhere.
And it's like when you realize half the hijack is like you already know you can go there yourself. And it's like thing is they're not even gonna give you like the deep under fucking truth and thought of like they can get there through underwater. How they've been blowing oceans, how they've been literally doing all types of experiments down there. So it's like you gotta see which way they point you and then which way they're really talking about where they're looking. They'll give you two roads, like two pills. But it ain't like the flame pill though. That's why you need to get your flame
Absolutely.
on right now.
Oh yeah, 5 for 55 every day right now. But it's interesting that you pointed that out because we're talking about awareness and consciousness as well, right? How many people are aware that the water is not only under us but above us? Like people mention the ocean floor, but the ocean floor goes all the way up above your head. So like we're talking about awareness and consciousness, right?
That's so above, that's so below. And like that's the thing though. When we talk about this firmament, it goes over people's head because they was misreading when God separated the waters. See, I know we're not really supposed to take the Bible literally, but when we see these lessons and understandings of it, it's like shit. what what was these Masons talking about?
Yeah, well, if you look at the sky as a mirror, or rather, let's do it the way that most people think about it, or how it's purported. The water would be the mirror that's mirroring the sky. How do we not know that the sky is not mirroring the water? I mean, because if you ever look at these rockets when they so-called rockets when they so-called go out of space, you know, doesn't that look like water falling off of that rocket as opposed to just random air in the sky? Just look at the water. Look how water behaves. And then look at that rocket. Tell me that rocket looks like it's going through the air and as opposed to going through water. It's going through water. What do you think Celsius is?
Why do you and then it makes you think about like like how when they show you in on the movie when it goes into the sky and that shit just stops and it just gets to floating, it's like that shit didn't just go into a different type of submergence.
Hmm. Doesn't that look like the eyeball as well?
A whole fucking retina.
When you view it and you envision it, your eyeball is like a bowl. So how do you see from a bowl? Is that why maybe we can only see 20% of this light spectrum? Is that why? Because when things are given their proper recognition, then the awareness comes from the actual place that it's supposed to come from. However, if we are operating through our own personal cognitive bias and our own ego-led adventures, then it's impossible for you to get the full picture. You're not even consciously aware of the full picture.
So if you living in a world and it start raining, I think you just gonna naturally assume that the water is coming from the sky.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have the colleges and the scientists to say, no, that's not what's happening, it's this was happening and that's what's happening, then we kind of, I guess for all intents and purposes, lose common sense about what this world is. And my thing is like, what do the Francis Bacon's in the world get out of making this a globe and making it be space and everything is millions of light years away when it don't look like that? But I mean, I could look at it from an ancient perspective where we don't have the technology to counteract what we just obviously see, right?
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
sun is far, but it ain't like super far. The stars are, you know what I'm saying? Like you just have all these concepts because of what you observe. And the earth is flat and we live in a firmament because the rain comes from the sky, but there's also rain that comes from the
Mm-hmm.
groundwater, and there's rivers, lakes, oceans, right? So
Mm-hmm.
as above, so below. But I think the fuck up in this way of thinking is advances in astronomy in the 16th and 17th centuries, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Copernicus in them. That's
yeah, now you
Copernicus
gotta
in them.
like you gotta balance that.
Yeah, because you have to understand the intent. Like, what is the intent? Like, was the intent to uncover and to divulge actual information, or was the intent to mislead and mislead on purpose? Because they tell us that we're spinning while this thing is also spinning at the same time. But my answer to your question would be like, we think that the water's coming from the sky. What if that's just the universe spinning on its axis? We are the center of said universe, hence why we don't move, and everything is spinning around us. That's why it rains. And you think it's
Hmm.
coming from the sky, but it's just spinning around us. That's why it comes from the sky.
Hmm.
Like, because there's no excuse to explain to people that we're spinning at this ridiculous amount of rate and the universe is spinning around us at this ridiculous amount of rate, but yet nobody can make up for the feeling of that speed in any way whatsoever. Like, you can't comprehend it because you can't feel it. So if you can't feel it, you can't comprehend it. How can you acknowledge it?
But then it's like we conflating scientific revolution talking points with our common sense.
Mm-hmm.
We
That's
imagine
exactly
that
what
it's
we're
a
doing.
universe. We imagine that it's a universe because science tells us it's a universe with all of
Yep.
these galaxies and all of these stars and all of this shit is going on out there far away from us, and we're just one of many spinning rocks in galaxies and space. And maybe that is the case, but we got to also understand that all of this comes from um, instruments and a certain level of knowledge that most of us can't grasp
Nope.
or or even understand why and how and what they're saying it. So they can speak in cryptic codes and tell us what reality is, but I personally don't feel like it is that way in reference to humans don't know shit the same way as an ant don't know what's going on in my house. You don't know
Fact.
what I'm getting from the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even know that about if I'm even going to the grocery store. It have no reference point of me or nothing that I'm doing because it's just a small ant. That's what humans are in reference to the totality of whatever world we live in. I would just say we don't know. That's the thing. Flat Earth, globe Earth. Niggas writing this shit like he know and he don't know.
Yeah, that's the
And that's why
problem that
niggas
I
can
have with
argue
it.
forever. If we
Yeah, that's
both
the
don't
problem that
know,
I have. Anytime when people speak in definitives, like when you speak in definitives about something that nobody can possibly know, right? Like that's when I have the problem, because your idea of knowing it is total speculation. And even though it's speculation, and you got some good talking points or some points that you actually believe in, you actually want to quote that off. You actually want it's fact, but it's not fact. And you'll use your standing and your class and all your accolades to justify.
You walking away. I can hardly hear you.
No, I was saying that people will use their standings and
Mhm.
their 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 uh uh their accolades as a reason why you should believe them for this shit. And it's like that's totally ridiculous, right? Like I'm just supposed to just take your word for this, 18 million miles away and all of this, like all of that stuff sounds real cool. It sounds sophisticated. However, when it comes to validity and tangible evidence, you can't give me that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't give me nothing tangible that's gonna make me believe that.
Mm-hmm.
But yet you gonna tell me it's flat, you gonna tell me it's round. Neither one of y'all have tangible evidence as to what it actually is, but y'all will argue me down for it. Is that not idiotic and psychotic? Like, is that not crazy? Like I saw something on Twitter last night that said NASA stands for not a space agency.
Yeah, NASA never a straight answer. Like, come on, man. Like y'all niggas gotta like, come on, man. Never a
Y'all
straight
gotta,
answer. Y'all really thought
y'all
y'all was gonna
gotta,
get something on that?
y'all gotta make this make sense, man. They gotta make this make sense. But it's the same thing. Like when we're talking about this political aspect of everything that's going on. Also, we showed that picture earlier of the forefathers and these MAGA people trying to re-emulate those things from the forefathers. But like, we don't want to talk about when the forefathers kicked everybody out the room so the Moors could write that shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then kick them back out the room so they could take a picture with the shit, right? Like, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about any of that. You're not going to talk about my Moorish rights, but you're going to talk about my slave ship trips, right? Like, like it's a smack in the face, bro. It really is.
We living in wild times, man. Y'all hip to Nick Fuentes?
I am.
Nick Fuentes, he like a radical. I wouldn't call him necessarily a white supremacist or whatever, but listen to what he got to say to his fellow white brothers.
It's not playing, big bro. I can't hear it. I can't hear
You
it.
said you can't hear it.
Nah, I can't hear it.
You can't hear it, or you can't hear it.
I can't.
Okay.
All of the culture
Got it
war
now.
propaganda.
I can hear it now.
All right.
All of the culture war propaganda, it's bait. It's all fake. You know, I'm watching videos by Daniel Schmidt and John Doyle. I'm watching videos by young white guys who think that our country is being run by black bureaucrats. Young white radicals who have been screwed out of a future. Their future has been mortgaged. They have been sold into debt slavery. There is no hope. You are a minority in your country. This is a country financed by debt. No one is deflating this global debt bubble. We are all going to pay the cost. And they have been tricked by billionaires into taking out their anger at black people. And it is true that black people are responsible for the criminality. It is true that Hispanics make up the bulk of the illegal immigrants. But they are not the planners and the managers of our society. And yet, young white radicals, all of their righteous indignation and anger is being channeled and directed at Democrats. It's being directed at bureaucrats in the federal government. Everything is being channeled as an attack against DEI, as an attack against some such policy like that. Don't look at the billionaires that are funding this. Don't look too closely at Musk and Thiel and Andreessen and Adelson. Don't look at those people. It's the black and brown bodies in the Department of Education. They're the problem. What?
Bro said Adelson. So one of those names, he said Adelson. That was the last name. Now, when we trying to like fully get into what happened with this Luca trade, you talking about people with for real fuck you money operating at a high level of massive propaganda, and the ways for which that they present this whole stuff is like it's about basketball. Basketball have nothing to do with it. So this is from True Hoop, article written yesterday. Miriam Adelson's Luca trade. Don't forget who runs the Mavericks. Her husband passed away, and she took full control of the team. With all of that being said, her policies and the way that she think is very much king. And I just want y'all to know that she don't want this team to be good because she wants to have a casino slash hotel. Because the money they just people just print money through these gambling platforms. Like it's just like a way for free money, and you wouldn't even be able to count all the money that people spend throughout the world on gambling, unless you are a gambler yourself. But once again, here are facts that's public. Miriam Adelson heads a casino empire that derives an extraordinary amount of money from Macau. Now, let's look up Macau. Macau is a special administrative region of China which maintains a separate governing and economic system from those of mainland China. So basically, she gets a lot of funding from China, but not specifically from China because another place that operates like Macau is Singapore. You might not see China like with the AI and deep think. They say China didn't even have access to American technology, but Singapore did. Singapore bought all of the AI chips to make deep think. Singapore did. China utilizes other city states and other administratives to operate within this country carte blanche. Because if we section out China or if we section out Russia, they'll create proxy entities and energies in Great Britain or Puerto Rico. And how are you going to know the difference? We talking about advanced understandings. So Miriam Adelson is one of those characters where her husband claimed to be the largest investor of any kind in the history of China. So I just want y'all to understand China owns the Dallas Mavericks. Okay,
Facts.
that's first. If you didn't
Mm-hmm.
know, now you know. These are public facts. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The casino empire reportedly got in trouble for violating the Foreign Corrupt Practices Acts for directly for directing a poorly documented 14 million to a consultant in its attempts to bring a Chinese basketball association team to play near the casino in Macau. Like her deceased husband, Sheldon, Miriam is the planet's biggest global political donor, especially to the Republican Party of. So not only are the Democrats owned by China, y'all need. I mean, don't everything I'm saying is fake. Don't listen to it. It's bullshit. Democrats are owned by China. Joe Biden, Barack Obama. Barack Obama is not even a real nigga. He's a Chinese CIA spy. You never seen a nigga like Barack Obama in your life. Barack Obama grew up in Hawaii. That's where a lot of Chinese people go to. Barack Obama is a Chinese man cosplaying as a black guy. Got it. Donald Trump, biggest political donor is Miriam Adelson. Miriam Adelson is the largest investor of any kind in the history of China. Okay? There is not a particular track record of Miriam being interested in NBA basketball because she is not. Nevertheless, her casino company approached Mark Cuban with a price that inspired a man who had defined himself as an NBA bigwig to redefine himself. So they gave him $3.5 billion for the team, but also gave him 25% share in the ownership. But he didn't become the face of the team no more, Nico Harrison. Why the Adelsons were fascinated by the NBA is clear. You only have to look at their public statements to know that their goal is to construct a new building. Reportedly, they've already brought not one, but two premium Dallas area locations. But gambling is not legal in Dallas. So, and it does not look like it's going to get passed. They just went through all of this election stuff, and Texas is nowhere close to beating in the range to run an NBA team. So now, plot twist, the Adelson, LeBron James, they're all gonna posse up, and the Las Vegas NBA basketball team is gonna be the Dallas Mavericks, but they're all working together. Dallas Mavericks and the Los Angeles Lakers are not opposing forces, okay? Because I'm gonna tell you, when LeBron James stops playing basketball, he is going to be an active part in the Las Vegas basketball team, along with the Adelsons, along with the Dallas Mavericks. And so what they're doing is gonna put Luca on the Lakers. So Dallas will be a horrible team. So now it can exist as an expansion team in the coming, because it's all about gambling. You're not gonna watch an NBA game without 1,000 gambling ads. That's
Mm-hmm.
the whole point of this thing. Mark Cuban got a quote saying that gambling make basketball 7 times way more important than so it's all about the money. And if you like, damn, I hope my team win, you need to stop watching that shit. And if you're trying to hit on a parlay, you need to invest in yourself. Start doing push-ups or something, because this whole shit is cooked, man.
Yeah, you might need to see a therapist if you're talking about parlays and shit.
Yeah, real live mental health. Seriously, you cooked.
Yo, it's like them niggas that be making memes talk about so all I needed was 5 points from you. Like, yeah, these niggas be going ham with that shit for real, for real. But that's crazy. So the Dallas Mavericks are essentially owned by China, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Now,
And
is that
China want to
not
get into the they want to get into the NBA.
on the
This
political
goes back to,
scale?
remember LeBron James in the China scandal?
It looks so
In
much more different now.
2019,
It looks
Los
different now.
Angeles Lakers star LeBron James criticized Houston Rockets general manager Daryl Morey for a tweet that supported Hong Kong protesters. The tweet damaged the NBA's relationship with China, causing the Chinese government to cancel media appearances and strip down NBA signs. So
Mm,
Morey said the protesters was right and exact, and LeBron James said, no, the government is right and exact. Think about how crazy that sounds. You not supporting protesters. You what like can't no human being say, man, I don't support them protesters. Cause nigga, at least they got the balls to fight for what's
facts.
right.
Facts.
Your ass
Facts.
want to just motherfucking sit in the house and not
Just
do
want to
shit,
lay up and talk about reparations type shit.
waiting for something, and these people fighting, and you like, hey, LeBron James, like, yeah, man, don't criticize the Chinese government.
Shit, nasty work, yo. That shit is nasty work.
I'm telling you, they
But
all in
but
cahoots,
but
bro.
didn't we talk about this a couple years back when you was breaking down the whole LBJ saga that connects with you? When it was like ultimately the shit is gonna be about LeBron owning his own team and his son playing for said team. Isn't that what you
I'm,
said?
listen, both of his sons is gonna be playing for the Las Vegas team.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, they're gonna be playing for different teams.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking Mavericks is about to be a G League team starting of next year.
Yep.
This is not something that is rooted in reality. Because if
No,
it's rooted in reality, listen, Kevin Durant got 9 first-round picks.
nine. Nine.
Luka
What do
got
you
1 first-round pick
at 25?
at
Like that is
25.
insane. He's gonna be in the league for at least another 10 years. At least. Like if
Listen,
you if you if you just scale it by numbers and years, LeBron is what, 41, 42?
40.
All right, he's been in the league 22 years.
Mm-hmm.
Luka is 25. That means if Luka plays up just to 38, he's still got 13 years left. Like, bro, that's crazy. And for the type of player that he is, franchise type player, this never gets done mid-season. You never make a deal like this and only come up with one draft pick. Like, this is never done. This is never done.
But the NBA was dead. The NBA is dead, and they needed a
They
reset.
needed a spark. They needed a spark.
They needed somebody to watch it. So all they doing is now doing what they did in 1980s before Jordan came. Lakers versus Celtics.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if before Thursday they get an all-star center to replace Anthony Davis. Somehow, some way.
Yeah, there's a
They get a
couple on the
5.
market. There's a couple on the market.
I don't think they even talking about who they really going to get type shit. Like I don't think like the level of us knowing how the NBA is going to move. I think that shit is dead because guess who retired at the start of this season? Adrian Wojnarowski, right? Because
Yeah, Woj. No more Woj
Woj,
bombs.
no more Woj bombs. That's why ain't nobody know. Usually, bomb will happen way before the shit even happened. This nigga said, "I'm not fucking with this shit at all."
Yeah, because
Think
the
about how
ball
crazy
sham
that is.
the ball shams tweeted and nobody believed it. Like he had to retweet his tweet in order for people to believe it went down. Nobody want to believe Shams. He was like, Shams? Who the fuck is that? Like,
Nigga said he was AI.
yeah, I think he is too.
Sham Sharania.
Anybody who never makes a facial expression, I'm curious about. Like, you don't get a facial expression from these dudes. I'm curious about them. What do you think made him retire though? Then he got tired of dealing with the rigmarole foolishness. Like,
Nah, I think the NBA is corrupt. I think the gambling have corrupted the NBA.
mm.
The parlays and the money is very corrupt. It's very money hungry, and
Oh,
this is why they stopped gambling in college in the first place. When they stopped paying people in college in the first place, is because of the gambling and the point shaving.
the boy that
That
was
shit is
on my
happening now.
the boy that was on my Celtics just got charged, didn't he? Scary Terry Rozier for
Did
shaving
he?
points last year. Yep, Terry Rozier for shaving points last year in the playoffs.
It's been a. I mean, the dude from Toronto, Michael Porter's brother, he got kicked out the league
Okay.
for life.
Yeah. Same thing. Yep.
Dante
Yep.
Porter.
Yep.
Terry Rozier, a point guard for the Miami Heat, is under federal investigation for possible point shaving in the NBA. The investigation is part of a larger probe into sports gambling ring. And this is the
And the
evil,
referee shit that
evil
just came
thing.
out. The referee shit that just came out.
Listen, niggas, I wouldn't mind. I bet you in the next couple of years, niggas gonna catch a body on a ref.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. If the ref is in between you and your parlay, yup. Yup.
And you know it. You know he called that
Yup.
call.
You know he did that on purpose because he got something on the game too. Like that's the shit. Like you can't prevent nobody. Listen, you can't prevent the people that work in these fields from betting on these things. You can't. Because I don't have to go to the casino or use my cell phone. I can have one of my family members do it. Or one of my family members' friends do it. Like I can have an old co-worker do it. Like you can't prevent me from betting on these games. You can't.
And I think that is way more exacerbated with how many gambling ads there are.
Yeah, I agree.
Like they're like on everything I watch online.
They're everywhere, bro. Yeah, that shit is everywhere, bro.
Like I don't even know, bro. I think like I don't gamble and I don't like I'm not an avid sports watcher, but
Mm-hmm.
I do see the spiritual signs in reference to like um like Luca Doncic and now the goddamn Lakers they want to have an all white super team. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like I could see it being on. You know how Hitler had people racing against Jesse Owens and shit like that. They just
Mm-hmm.
recreating that type of energy. Because now you got Luca, Austin Reeves, you got JJ
And
Redick. Like they look like
Dalton
Dalton
Connect.
Connect.
Yep.
Come on, man.
They looking like
They looking like
they looking like Slovenia. They looking like the
they looking like
Slovenian national team.
Slovenia. Listen, man.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Famous Slovenians. The number one, Melania Trump. Down here, Luka Doncic. So you see how this thing is playing, man.
Wow.
You see how this shit is
I
playing.
didn't even think of Melania. Oh shit.
Melania is
That's
cute.
gotta be a connection, bro. Ain't no coincidences, bro. Like, yo, that's crazy.
I mean, I don't know nobody else on this list besides Melania and Luka Doncic. To
Me
me,
neither. Me neither.
these are the
Scroll
most
scroll
famous.
up. Scroll up, because I don't know none of these
Goran
folks. Nope.
Dragic, yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's I know,
Goran, yeah.
no
Former
Goran, but
NBA player.
Luca wanted Goran to be on the team.
Yeah, he
Nigga,
did.
Nico Harrison was like, nope. So
You
it's
know what
like,
I think
look,
back to? I think back to the Western Conference Finals last year when the Bulls walked up to him and took that beer out of his hand. Remember
that's
when
what
he
I
was
thought
trying?
about when he got traded. I thought about that too, bro. Michael
when
Finley.
yeah, Michael Finley was like, yeah, you don't need this right now. Like you already got a gut. You don't want to play no defense. Like, let me get that. Yo, can you imagine being chaperoned at the championship? Like,
This moment was like embedded in my subconscious. When he got traded, this was the first thing I thought about. Like, bro is drinking a beer. They won the Western Conference Finals,
and he a
and
grown
it's
ass
like,
man. And he a grown ass man. Like
and he
he's a
was balling.
yeah, like he a grown ass man. Like, come on, bro. That's that, bro. Now, if I'm just looking at this on face value, I'm like, that's why the Celtics won. You know what I'm saying? Even though the Celtics had a way better team, like I'm just looking at it like, yeah, that's why the Celtics won.
Nah, I know for another fact about this dude, I'm just gonna say, whenever you put Luka Doncic on the floor, you essentially playing 4-on-5 because
All the time. All the time.
he
All
is
the
the
time.
worst defensive player on the court every
Like,
time he is on the court.
I don't understand how he's out of shape because he get to rest so much. You know what I'm saying? Like
Like
he like zero energy on the defensive end. Like I've never seen anybody go from nothing to something so quick every day, all game long. Like on the
his
defensive end, he's like,
defensive mixtape is like literally the worst. Like it is atrocious in the finals. He was the reason that they made it to the finals, but he's also the reason that they lost. So I don't think
yeah,
you about to win nothing with him anyways. You know what I'm saying?
at
But at the
all,
same
at all.
time,
They want him
you
to.
still don't
They
trade
want him
him.
to be Larry Bird and Dirk Nowitzki so bad. They want him to be
They
that
want him
so
to be
bad.
that so bad, but he's I mean, Dirk wasn't nothing on defense either. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
But he wasn't a standstill pole though, right?
nah, he
Like
was 7 foot tall, so that always give it to where like
he gonna get you a couple blocks. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, like you at least got to be present. Like, don't nobody wants you. Nobody wants you to be all defensive team. Like, but we just just be present. You know what I'm saying?
nah, he move out the way. Like he
He do, bro. Like he ain't trying to get hit. I'm not trying to go to the floor. Like, look,
like he
like
ain't catching a foul. He just out there. I'm telling you. 4-on-5 whenever you got Luca on the court, bro.
that nigga steal the
Look,
money, bro.
bro, just be like, here you go. You can have it.
Like, oh, that was a good move.
Oh, that was a cold move, my boy. Damn, you wrong for real. I didn't even think you was that wrong. Oh, you nice. Oh, these boys can
I
play.
ain't see that coming. I ain't see that coming.
I didn't think you was going to do that. Oh, you see how I just let you walk past me? You like that, don't you? I call that shit drunken master. This nigga worse.
You said drunken master. That's crazy.
Yeah, he. You can't tell me this nigga not point shaving though.
You can't tell me that nigga don't do ballet because that nigga know how to get out the way, bro. Like he
Like
know how to get out the way.
LeBron. Listen, the Lakers. If I'm not mistaken, Lakers is the number one team in catching charges. You know what I'm saying?
I
Or
think
they used
so.
like
They up there. They
like
always up there.
like they always like LeBron. He catching charges. So Lakers is 3 or no, hold on, my bad, I misspoke. Not deflections. We looking for charges drawn per game. The Lakers number 3. Luca, boy, you gonna have to.
You have to put somebody there with him, like
Yeah, stand behind
just
him
stand
and
next to
hold
me.
his
Yeah,
ass.
it's crazy.
Yo, they gonna sub this nigga out every play for defense. They gonna be like, yo, they gonna figure out a way because this nigga
Yo,
done.
I think about how many
man.
times I saw LeBron James roll his eyes because of J.R. Smith. It's gonna be 10 times worse with this nigga, yo. Like,
I don't know.
I can honestly
don't
see
know.
LeBron just tanking the rest of the season type shit. Like, yeah, I'm good.
They say the defense don't matter in the NBA though. So
I
if
mean,
that's the case,
when you can score a lot, it doesn't technically matter until it comes down to a shot for shot game. Like, those games that go back and forth. Those games, that's when the defense matters because you need a stop. You know what I'm saying? Where you gonna get it from? You know what I'm saying? If y'all can't stop a nosebleed, then they're gonna score as much as they want to. And that means we have to score. So yeah, that shit it's made up big to be bigger than what it's supposed to be when they say defense win championships. It depends on which defense we're talking about. Because you could say that shit in the NFL and the team only scored 13 points a game like the Ravens did back in the day and get away with that shit, but you can't do that shit in the NBA. Yeah, this shit gonna be super spooky, man. I'm just thinking about that. Man, he in LA. If he like to drink in Dallas, nigga, he definitely gonna be turned up in LA.
nah, you gonna get him a nice little tranny.
A nice little tranny. Yeah, that is tranny central right there.
That's where they at. So you know what I'm saying? No shade, no judgment, but
No judgment.
I just you see what happened to Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, and Mr. C.
So they say that the NBA use they just cut on magnets.
Mm-hmm. 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 It's hard to disprove this claim though, because if the rim itself is a magnet, it's hard to disprove this claim.
I mean, it's metal.
Yeah, so the leading scorer for that game, he might have 2-3 magnets a game or something like that. So that means
Like whatever.
his shot can go in 2/3 of the time. You know what I mean?
So the game is like this, right? You see the spread, and they either gonna honor the spread based on how many bets they get in, right? And
It's always based on the amount of bets, always.
And then you don't know what the bets are because you just placing your bet. But the bookies, they know, and at the same time, they like, all right, cut the magnets on for the Lakers, cut the magnets off for the Bulls. You gotta actually understand this is entertainment, man.
You have to.
These niggas just throwing up shit, and it's not even making sense. Nigga,
Yeah. That new shit
that.
they trying to do this year about the shooting from the logo shit. Like, come on, bro. Like, y'all
Yeah,
need to.
They just throwing the ball towards the rim.
That's it, bro. The rest is geometry. Like, that's it, bro.
Yeah, it is cool, you know what I'm saying? Because it is It's the Coliseum, right? And it's how people get caught up in these false narratives of the Matrix in the world, and it's like we all pay attention to it, and it's like, yo, this shit is all made up though. It's like watching wrestling.
Yeah.
Right? It's all wrestling, it's all theater, and at a certain point, that shit crazy.
Yeah, and knowing this shit, you know what drives me nuts is when you hear motherfuckers say about such and such deserves to win a championship. Be like, what? Like, you niggas need like real mental assistance, bro. Like, you ain't talking about niggas deserve to win championships. This shit was decided 2 years ago, nigga. Like, all of this shit was decided years ago. This shit is a script playing out.
Like the Super Bowl, Chiefs versus the Eagles. How many times they gonna do that script?
How many times we gonna look at the Indians versus the Eagles? Like, I mean,
the indigenous versus the colonizers.
Yep. Like, we can make up that shit almost every other year in football.
That's what they do. Like, it's how long ain't it every
and
year?
This is probably the Eagles' year, you know, the colonizers' year, because the Chiefs are the last 3-time champions.
They've been the indigenous been whipping ass.
Yeah, I don't know. Andy Reid got it out for Philly though. You know, they fired his ass after his son got killed. After his son killed himself and shit. So
for Chip Kelly is That's nasty work.
That
You
was
know what I'm saying?
nasty work. And he
Chip Kelly
destroyed
had
that
them niggas
team.
thinking that they was in the goddamn college football.
Yeah, he thought them
He
niggas
was
thought
running
they thought
college
they was the
football
Oregon
state.
Ducks. They
Man,
thought they
like,
was the Oregon Ducks and they was gonna score 60 a game.
dog, dog, that shit did not work. Oh man, that shit did not work. Chip Kelly, man, R.I.P. to him. He's still alive, but anyways, man.
Remember when you did the Deshaun Jackson? Oh, matter of fact,
What's that?
wasn't that the team that Riley Reid was on? The dude that said nigger at a concert and shit, and everybody went crazy.
Cool. I'm lost.
Remember, there was a white NFL Philadelphia player who was like a kick returner or something, and
Yeah.
he said nigger at a concert while Vic was on the team.
When he used to play for the Eagles though, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Riley Reid or something like that, I think his name was. And that was right around the time that they let the cat out the bag that Deshaun Jackson was a Crip. Yeah, sports is weird, bro.
And then it. Man, I'm about to hit up this gym for it close, man. Just want to chop it up real quick about some current events. Tap in, tap bases with y'all and shit.
That's a bet.
Plug in the site. What's the site we want to be looking for on our computers and our mobile devices?
Oh yeah, flameonshop.com. We are here. We are here. Yeah, flameonshop.com. You know, we got that 555 going on. We got some new moon bands in the building. We got some crescent cuffs. We got some things coming down the pike, and yeah, it's turning out to be something real special. I'm really proud of it. So yeah, link in, lock in. Even if you don't want to buy nothing, join, sign up. I write an article a week. I have a blog on there. You know.
FlameOnShop.com. You could hit that QR in the upper left hand corner if you don't know how to like type words or spell like me. Journey to the Being is on here. Ebook available for download as well. Cool shit.
Facts, and you can get it on Amazon as well.
Type shit. Variety, and you got the full bundle. The full
Absolutely.
bundle, all of the flame pills, moon bands, looking right. Scan that QR code in the upper left hand corner or visit flameonshop.com. Look for shop and products and go crazy.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
man. Anything else before
Yeah.
we get up out of here?
Nah, we just need to come back sooner. We had like a whole week and a half layoff, so hopefully we come back in the next day or so and get something down. Get some more of our spiritual talks in. You know, we need some more of those. But your lives have been fire and been keeping the flame lit. So either or works for me. Either your lives or our lives. That's all I'm on.
Type shit, man. Let's lock in, figure something out. Join the Discord. Join the
Go to
Discord. Let me throw
Discord.
that
Join
up.
the Discord.
You throw
Join the
that
Discord.
throw that on the if you got a phone, scan the QR code, join the Discord at your leisure, have conversations, let's build, let's discuss, let's grow. See y'all all on the flip side, man. Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective. We have been the initiates for the flame, and we'll see y'all on the flip side. On behalf of
Peace.
AD, Jabri, the Mystic, Serpent,